All right, this next video we reacting to is called The Jordan Rules. It's the Detroit Pistons' secret to stopping MJ. Oh, snap. Is it? Let's see.
The interpretation of the Jordan rules are this. There are 3 areas on the floor the Pistons need to be concerned about. He's sensational when he dribbles to his right. He's only great when he goes left. They will force him left as much as possible from the top of the circle area.
Okay. Well, did that work?
I was covering the team at the time. My eyes were telling me some Jordan rules going on here. So let me go write a story about this. Now let's get this. What are you talking about? There's no Jordan rules. We just play him tough, physical, like anybody else.
When Michael Jordan has the ball on the foul line extended or wing area, he is so good, too good at going baseline, coming back up under the basket, getting fouls on the big people. So instead, the Pistons will force him to come to the middle of the floor off the dribble, trying to get help from the next defender.
You'd say, what about the Jordan rules? And they say, what Jordan rules? And they'd say, well, what about this defense you're playing on? We're not playing anything special. And they all laughed and they'd wink and then they'd move on.
They also need to be concerned about pick and rolls. They'll trap everyone. And while Michael's doing his thing, just kind of creating, they'll run the next guy at him to double team him no matter who it is. But keep this in mind, Mark, they don't always use the Jordan rules.
So they use it in that back pocket just in case. But they don't always use it. It's just there just to play with him, to mess with him, huh? To throw him off his game.
They didn't preach it. They didn't brag about it. But it was on display.
Jordan to the foul line, room in the lane. Isaiah grabs him and fouls him.
Now that's crazy.
The Jordan rules were for the Pistons to know about, not for anybody else to know about.
The Jordan rules, is that something you guys made up?
Jordan rules were, to stop him, period, because nobody else could beat you on that ball club.
They have been called a dirty ball club, and I can see why.
I don't know. You have to ask my man Matt Dover.
They didn't like him.
If it was any Jordan rules, and him and Chuck Daly not around, so I don't think it was any Jordan rules.
Isolation play for Jordan, and Isaiah Thomas ties him
up. This is crazy. You got a guy that's that unstoppable that you gotta create a secret rule for the team no one else in the organization knows about, and it's this thing called Jordan rules, and they're just like, I don't know, I don't know what you're talking about. We're just playing defense. Let's go.
How high can this man fly? Michael Jordan is soaring, and the Chicago Bulls are going right with him. Jordan is averaging 38 points a game in the first 2 playoff rounds. But now, Superman faces his toughest test. Game 1 will tell if Detroit's road has been too easy, while the Bulls come off the biggest win in the history of their franchise.
I feel like we're watching TV together.
The whole Pistons Jordan rules thing was frustrating as a beat writer because I was covering the team at the time. And I would always get this. What are you talking about? There's no Jordan rules. We just play him tough, physical, like anybody else. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. I'm Brent Musburger along with Bill Raftery. Let's get right to it. The man was an ex-coach. How do you stop Michael Jordan?
There's not much you can do with him. You have to make him go east to west in the fast break. He's good on the perimeter, but he's great when he penetrates.
At certain times, teams found themselves watching and in awe of him, and maybe bashful about being physical with him.
I was in the Detroit Pistons locker room before the game, and it's very obvious they would like to wind this thing up tonight. And while I was down there, Chuck Daly unveiled his final instructions for the players, and I wrote them down for you.
Chuck Daly devised it, and his coaches, and it probably is one of the great things that made Chuck Daly the great coach that he was in everyone's eyes.
7th game intensity, he said.
Wait, I gotta rewind that back. I have to rewind that back.
For the game, and it's very obvious they would like to wind this thing up tonight. And while I was down there, Chuck Daly unveiled his final instructions for the players, and I wrote them down for you.
Chuck Daly devised it, and his coaches, and it probably is one of the great things that made Chuck Daly the great coach that he was in everyone's eyes.
7th game intensity, he said. Let's play like this is the 7th game. Control the boards, energy. Nothing new for the bad boys, he says. Intimidate and dominate. And then on the bottom in big capital letters it says, follow the Jordan rules. And I said, what are the Jordan rules? They said simply, when he goes to the bathroom, we all go with him. Let's go back to
Hold up. So Chuck is the one that orchestrated this whole thing. He's the mastermind. He said, "Hey, we're gonna play normal and play on our clutches, like it's the end of a finals game. But when it comes down to wherever Michael go, and he gets in there, we right with him. Everybody with him. We stay with him."
There were no secrets. I mean, everybody knew what the rules were, and that was to put him on the floor when he came to the basket and try to keep him from the crowd-pleasing,
Keep him out the air.
fantastic, flamboyant plays that he was capable of making.
Michael Jordan, who has done miracle things on the court, trying to carry
Keep him
his
out the
team
air.
on his shoulders against a great defensive team, maybe one of the greatest defensive teams in recent years in the NBA. Jordan has had his marvelous moments, but lately he has been stymied by the Detroit Pistons.
They had figured out how to contain Michael Jordan. They had finally figured out, to some degree, how to contain Michael Jordan.
Oh, wow.
There is Michael Jordan and Bill Cartwright. The Pistons are in blue, the Bulls are in white.
Chicago's ball with John Paxson still showing effects of that sprained ankle.
Let's see the movement now. They try to go down inside to get either Grant or Pittman off early.
Here's Grant.
He missed it.
Change his shot. Here comes Isaiah Thomas chugging up court.
Uh-oh.
So what you had to do is you really had to look at the games. And the Jordan rules were pretty simple. And there was a couple versions of them. But one, Joe Dumars would guard Michael Jordan. And he would sometimes be doubled by Dennis Rodman. Or Joe Dumars would try to, funnel him left into John Sally or to James Edwards or whatever big guy was there. The idea, the concept was to get Jordan to pass out or to take difficult shots.
Jordan, good pick from Pippen on the pick and roll. And then a good defensive effort from James Edwards. Chased down by Rodman.
Down low, Jordan coming around the screen, gets him into the paint, Lambeer to help out. And great Detroit defense.
Michael Jordan. Jordan, short with a shot.
And from this, it looks like they're just playing hardball defense, right? But it's very slick. Like, it's very gimmicky and slick. Not like gimmicky bad way, but it's just like they cleverly camouflage it to where like it's not noticeable, but you can sense like, oh, okay, this guy is causing me to make tough shots. I'm gonna just rewind it back. I want to really look at the defense because this is kind of crazy, bro.
Pick and roll, and then a good defensive effort from James Edwards. Chased down by Rodman.
Down low, Jordan coming around a screen, gets him into the paint, Lambeer to help out.
You see that? So instead, the big man turns with him to help guard and keep him, to make him do tough shots. Soon as he came in there, he came over to help. Soon as possible. It's just only two of them.
Around a screen, gets him into the paint, Lambeer to help out.
Look at that.
And great Detroit defense.
And then his homie right there got boxed out.
Michael Jordan. Jordan, short with a shot. Give back.
The second part of the Jordan rules was that, you send Joe Dumars somewhere else, all of a sudden, you got 6'7", 6'8" Dennis Rodman on you. And Dennis Rodman was a physical player. And he would be hitting Jordan, hitting him, moving his feet. And Jordan didn't like that.
Do it again. And your call, Rodman now on Michael Jordan.
Oh.
And he steps right inside him. Missed the first shot against Rodman.
With Michael Jordan as the point
That's
guard,
crazy.
He can't help out as much with traps. That's the problem.
Coming inside, offensive foul is the call.
So you had Joe Dumars, who probably, was more compact and just stand in your face and guarding you and funneling you somewhere. And now you have Dennis Rodman, who's trying to get inside of your head, tapping you, being physical, throwing that elbow. So he got two different looks. And so when Jordan got accustomed to Rodman, here comes Joe again, and now you have the other Jordan rules where you're kind of funneling him into traffic.
The Detroit Pistons have so many things to think about. I made a list for you. Defense, rebounds, Jordan.
Another part of the Jordan.
This had to be so annoying to Jordan. I can only imagine, just like, bro, you've been having the easiest time in your life, just having your way with anybody on the playground, and then they start just hammering you. Everybody just jumping on you. They just holding you down. You jump up in the air, they grab you down. I mean, God, he couldn't have time to breathe.
The rules was very, very simple. Get the ball to whoever Michael was guarding. Make him work on the other end. If he had to guard Joe, get shots for Joe. If he had to guard Isaiah, God help him.
Oh.
2 seconds, 1 second. Isaiah at the bucket.
The other thing about the Jordan rule is you had to be physical with him. If Jordan got loose, he was going to get hit, and he knew it.
Jordan left wing. Jordan to the foul line, room in the lane. Isaiah grabs him and fouls him.
The only way you were going to slow him down or get him to think about what he was doing, you know, coming inside and jumping in the air, was to at least give him the thought that he could get hurt.
The thing about Jordan, which made him great, is he was able to take the pain, take the physical play, and still play his game. But it was a lot easier for Jordan to do this against other teams than it was for the Pistons. Because other teams said, well, we're going to do the Jordan rules too. But they didn't have the defensive players to pull it off like the Pistons did.
Oh, wow.
And so the Pistons in that way were able to at least get in his mind and cause him to think about, oh boy, where's Lambeer? You know, where's Mahorn? You know, where's Edwards? You know, where's Rodman? He could get hurt, he could get bumped, he could get knocked down at any time.
Oh.
Good afternoon again, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton. We've had a day to think about this, and so is Chuck Daly. After Michael Jordan's 47 points, he decided he was going to go to the team, ask them, how should we defend Michael Jordan? The word is there was silence for a while, but then they came up with an idea. And the question, as I asked Hubie Brown, is how do you anticipate the Pistons playing the great Michael today?
Game 7 from the Palace.
Whoa.
Piston ball. Wires 5 of 6. Back to Dumars. Jordan, good pick from Pippen on the pick and roll. And then a good defensive effort from James Edwards.
I mean, he's going to score on you no matter what kind of defense you put on him, because that's the kind of player he was. We just wanted to slow him down and try to double team him a lot and make other people beat us, opposed to letting Michael Jordan beat us.
And the Bulls wanted to get the ball to Jordan on the post. He was forced to come outside and get it.
Kicked out. And time is
Oh, wow.
He would not pass the ball on time. He would exhaust every option in order to score himself first. And we knew that going in, so just shut him down and you got the game won.
Jordan comes to the baseline. Dumars stays with him. Now Jordan into the lane. Can't get the roll. Dumars out. Here's Thomas. Paxson's back. Thomas into him. Off the glass.
So if you can continue to put a lot of pressure on him, get him exhausted, because you not only on defense, right? But on offense, when they go on offense, any person that he has to guard, they throw the ball right to him to get him just tired out really fast.
Play teams because if they got a superstar, if you can negate them and let somebody else beat you, that'd be great. If we felt that Bill Cartwright needed to score 40, then Bill Cartwright can score 40.
Cartwright. No call. Blocked by Isaiah Thomas. Here's Dumars.
He wouldn't give up. That's what I would say about Michael Jordan. He would not give up.
Isolation play for Jordan. And Isaiah Thomas ties him up.
That's crazy.
The Pistons are now pointing totally at Michael Jordan. They don't believe that any of the other 4 Bulls can hurt them at this point with this much time left.
If they didn't have the mental part, or that, you know, we're too bullish to believe it's the end, they would have lost that series. They would have lost the game at the Palace. But they were just real bullheaded and stubborn and resolute about things. And that's why they won that series, despite, I thought Jordan had an excellent series then also.
On the ball.
No, there's the answer.
And we'll see here.
Thank you.
Jordan dunk.
Lambeer out. Thomas out.
Well, the Pistons have moved on, but you really got to feel for this man right here.
Well, Phil Jackson
That's crazy.
said yes, this will be considered a successful season for the Bulls. They went 1 game farther. For the Pistons, nothing but another world championship will do. And they
the Detroit Pistons will meet the Portland Trail Blazers in the best of 7 beginning Tuesday night on CBS.
Dang.
Those years that we beat those guys, I mean, he took a lot of abuse from us.
Didn't matter if it was Michael Jordan or if it was Craig Elo. I'd hit them all. It don't matter because you're the opposition. You're not my teammate.
Dang, that's a crazy way to look at it. They're like, hey, you a op, bro. I don't feel bad. You're not my teammate.
I mean, they were our rules, and that's the rules the Detroit Pistons went by, how we're going to play Michael Jordan. And, you know, we kind of played it up a little bit, but that's just the way it was back then.
Until he learned how to involve his other players, he couldn't win, especially against us. Once he started learning that and gave up some control over his ball club to a degree, that's when they started winning. And we got old, that was part of it. But still, you got to give him credit for recognizing that he couldn't do it himself.
Wow.
When Jordan hit that big shot over Dennis Rodman, you kind of started thinking, okay, maybe this is the end.
And then he finally figured out, you know, he had to get a lot stronger, get his teammates more involved to beat us. And, you know, by that 4th year, we played them again, and, you know, they finally figured out how to beat us. They swept us.
So they was giving him hell in his team for like a good solid 3 years. By the 4th year, they had to figure it out. They was like, all right, I'm going to get stronger, and I'm going to get my team involved, and we're going to get better. And we're going to come back and beat y'all on this court.
I don't know why it didn't hold. I think guys just got older. They had different players in. It wasn't quite the group that really held him down before.
Every team has their little window of opportunity. We had ours. Could we have won that next year? Tough. They had the home court advantage, and we were getting older. There's no question about that. And you lose a little bit of mental edge at that point. You know, they were hungrier than we were, and Jordan was changing his game, involving his teammates a little bit more. Pippen was growing up. It became their time.
The league decided that they wanted to clean up the game, get rid of some of the physical contact, clear out the lanes so that the great players, the great athletes could drive to the basket. That was...
Yeah, he was generating money. I'm going to tell y'all this, man. Michael was generating money. You think they about to let this man get injury prone? You think they about to let this man look like a mess? No. He generates money. They're like, nah, we're not fit. No, y'all not fit to do this. Y'all had enough. We had a good 3 years. We got to clean this up.
Geared more to help Michael Jordan and the Bulls, and it was certainly the kind of legislation that did not help the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah. He was generating money. He a superstar.
Maybe because the way he was treated in the league, but he's carrying, you know, it's about who would you come see? Would you come see Rick Mahorn or would you come see Michael Jordan?
Michael.
He can fill the seats up.
Yes.
So those were the rules. There were no secret about the rules. I mean, it was very obvious and very vivid for everybody who was watching. It was just that the Pistons were one of the teams that were willing to do it, where others may have backed away from it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jordan is fouled going strong to the hoop and pays for it. Foul was on.
Man, hey, shout out to everybody for giving me great recommendations. I didn't know about the Jordan rules. I didn't know. That's crazy. Detroit Pistons were a force when it came to that defense back in that time, going against Jordan. And I'm giving him a hard time for a good solid 3 years. And then next thing you know, the Bulls figured it out, and they were back at it, man. Shout out to everybody for the support. Thank you for tuning in. I have so much amazing time, and I learned a lot. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. See you on the next one. And I got more Jordan and other legends reactions on this channel. Peace.